Something must be going on. Every day I have an email in my inbox, and you've got a full slate of stories, brand new 5 days a week. Can you keep up with what's going on?
Yeah, everybody's keeping me busy for sure. News is happening every day, whether it's funding or startups making different milestones or getting accepted, or Arch Grants bringing 20 more people in, companies in. So it's definitely an exciting time to be in St. Louis.
But what's the challenge? Where are we stumbling? Where do we need work?
I think the energy of the Entrepreneur Network is a really wonderful and dynamic force that's starting to take root in St. Louis in certain areas. But you've got to also look at the culture that it's in. In other words, St. Louis has not historically been a particularly innovative culture. So I think it's really fascinating to see the dynamics between what's going on in the entrepreneur culture and the kind of the traditional show me attitude that is more endemic to the larger region. So it's going to be very interesting over the next few years as to how that plays out. Is St. Louis as a whole region, are we going to wholeheartedly embrace innovation and St. Louis becomes a city that looks for change, enjoys change, looks forward to being an early adopter of technologies rather than waiting for the trends to come from the East Coast or the West Coast.
And puts a little cachet with the failure, perhaps,
Yeah,
instead
absolutely.
of a scarlet letter.
Yeah, we need to really start stepping out on our own. And I agree with what was said before about not comparing ourselves to other cities. We need to be the best St. Louis we can be. I think we do that, everything else is going to take care of itself.
DeAndre, you're from somewhere else. You've
Yes.
come here.
Yes.
You are an entrepreneur. What are we doing that we could be doing better?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I definitely feel that with my startup, which is Catalyst by Design, that we've definitely been embraced by different elements of the city in the entrepreneurial scene here. And what I would say would increase our ability to keep other innovators like myself in this particular city is having more of an emphasis on those undiscovered technologies and being able to embrace the ideas that may not already be existing in the city. And so finding ways to adapt and identify those new ideas that may emerge from everyday neighborhoods, the unexpected places.
We're on Twitter, people are saying not enough diversity and inclusion in our community. Is that when you're reporting? What do you see?
Yeah, absolutely. They're constantly need to include more people. I think one of the biggest things we could do is get more women and minorities involved. There's a tremendous amount of jobs in St. Louis in the STEM field, science, tech, engineering, and math. A bulk of those jobs are in coding. And getting more people involved, including more people at a younger age, is really something that'll be key moving forward for us.
Agree?
The
Yes, definitely.
the BioSTL folks have gotten a grant to have it's called a Bio Inclusion Initiative. And I-10, my organization, is becoming a partner with them, and we're really trying to reach out to the underserved communities, minorities, women, immigrants, veterans, folks that aren't traditionally included in the new economy, if you will. So from St. Louis, if you look at the demographics, if we don't be better in that area, we're going to be competing on a world stage with one arm tied behind our back because we're leaving back so much of our population. So we've got to get over this idea that it's okay for me to be okay over here in this community or this suburb and other people to not be able to access what's needed in some other part of town. We got to realize that we're all in this together. And if you don't have access to what your potential can be, then that holds me back. It holds the whole region back. So we have to really start looking at ourselves as a region that has to move forward together.
And there are a lot of groups doing this right now too, trying to get more people involved. Travis over with Venture Cafe, he has said that he's going to be trying to reach out to underserved communities. Prosper, the effort to get more women involved. There are things in place right now to try to make that happen. At this point, I think it's let's give it some time and see if it grows.
Yeah, as one of the few women on the show, I don't want to skip you on this question, and then I'll ask you a second one after that. So if you wanted to jump in, I saw you passionately nodding.
To add to Jim's point, tapping into minority communities is crucial. With one of our initiatives, which is called Design Serves or DServe, we help middle schoolers who are from historically underprivileged or underserved communities in St. Louis, as well as other parts of the nation, identify those local issues that are concerning to themselves, and then develop those solutions that can actually aid those particular problems. And what you find, or what we're finding with that type of approach, by going to the community, working with them, not for them, not seeing ourselves as saviors and not seeing ourselves as the experts, is that they have their own expertise. They have their own knowledge of what is best for approaching the problems that they see, and being able to have partnerships and collaborate in that manner is totally crucial.
Look into your crystal ball a little bit. What's coming down the road with your not only your crystal ball, but your critical eye of a journalist? What do you see coming?
I think 2014 will be an interesting time, especially towards the end of the year. We have organizations such as Arch Grants, which now has a big group of startups under its umbrella. They have more than 60, or right around 60 startups under their umbrella. Groups like Capital Innovators are starting to grow these startups. I'm really interested to see how they will do moving forward, and especially towards the end of the year, maybe have an acquisition or two. We just saw it with Earbuds and a few others in the beginning of the year.